The definition of sexual objectification is when a woman is primarily seen as an object of male sexual desire. Constantly viewing sexualized images of thin, beautiful women on social media and in films and on TV shows in my early teens negatively impacted my self-image, and I was overly critical of my appearance in a toxic way. After several years of this, I removed these images from my social media and built a healthier relationship with my self-image. During the UK's lockdown, like most people my age, my screen time increased dramatically, and I began to see this kind of imagery more and more every day. I wanted to understand why people take overtly sexual photos of themselves and post them online, and why looking at these photos had harmed my self-image growing up. So I read psychology papers on the negative impacts of social media and discovered the term self-objectification. When the sexual objectification of women is internalized, it leads to self-objectification, where someone holds their appearance at a higher value than non-physical attributes. So, is the sexual imagery often posted by influencers a result of self-objectification, or does it celebrate the female form and women's sexuality? Can it actually do both at the same time? All of my paintings start off as collages. I find imagery that feels overly posed or revealing and combine it with bright colours, botanical imagery, and sometimes symbols and emojis. I then use these collages as reference images to start painting. I only use photos of small to mid-scale influencers, staying away from celebrities as I don't want the actual person to be recognised. I want the poses and compositions as a whole to speak for themselves without the added complexity of bringing a famous face into the work. As well as social media, popular culture plays a huge role in my work. I take visual inspiration from films and TV shows that I watch. I'm always interested in how women are presented in this media, and more often than not, they are hypersexualized. One documentary that looks into the representation of women in the media is Misrepresentation, released in 2011. Two other documentaries have been really instrumental to the development of my thinking and ideas. Those are Generation Wealth, released in 2018, directed by Lauren Greenfield, and The Social Dilemma, released in 2020, directed by Jeff Olowski. Three books that I have found really helpful are Women Don't Owe You Pretty by Florence Given, Selfie by Will Storr, and Notes on a Nervous Planet by Matt Haig. Selfie explores society's new age of heightened individualism and how the pressures to conform to ideals has led to us becoming self-obsessed. Notes on a Nervous Planet questions our habits in a digital age and is an honest and personal account on how to navigate the modern world, with sections specifically on social media. Artists I've been looking at this year include Fred Coppin, Will Martyr, Joy Labinjo, Mel Ramos, Nick Aston, and Emma Prempe. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what my intentions are behind my work, but right now I think I'm making these paintings as a way of dealing with my issues with body image and self-esteem. My way of dealing with the negative consequences of growing up surrounded by objectifying and self-objectifying imagery on social media, films, and TV shows is by dissecting the images I find triggering and approaching them from a place of aesthetic investigation and playfulness rather than a self-detrimental one. What I'm now trying to understand is whether by doing this I'm forcing my audience to view this imagery and therefore becoming part of the problem that I'm trying to deal with.